This one little shift in your sales process will literally transform your practice and give you the capacity to work with clients who will pay you double, triple, maybe even quadruple your current rates, all while staying with you significantly longer. And I can say this because this shift in my own sales process literally changed everything for me. Back 3 to 4 years ago, I had my own agency where I was doing one of two things. I was either writing copy, as in copywriting services, for a fixed fee, which is where I would basically essentially write the marketing for certain types of businesses and sell that back to them at a flat rate, or I was working as a lead generation service for certain types of businesses where I would be paid a certain fee, let's say about $10 per client that walked in their doors. To now progressively where I have gone and become a part of another agency, which has continued to work with bigger and bigger deals. Not even 2 months ago, we closed our very first $53,000 client, who actually will probably work with us for a lot longer and pay upwards of maybe even 6-7 figures. And this doesn't even just apply to me. If you're a therapist of any kind, this can work for your business as well. How do I know? It's tested. I have clients that have gone from working $100 or pound per hour services, whether it was bodyworking, massage therapy, hypnotherapy, whatever it was, to transforming their businesses overnight, charging upwards of £1,500 or dollars once off, all the way up to $3,000, $4,000. I even just recently had a client who closed 5,000 euro packages in the space of 3 weeks. Now, what is this thing that I keep teasing you about? Well, it's what I call diagnostic selling. Though you may know it as either consultative selling or kind of being the doctor. Well, diagnostic selling is basically the smarter, faster, more handsome cousin of the traditional transactional selling that you and I are used to. With diagnostic selling, what you're doing is you are actually essentially diagnosing the problems of a certain type of client. You're looking into what's going on, what is actually causing the big problems, and then you look into their goals. So instead of the typical route of someone comes to you as a therapist and they say, I want to pay you, let's say $100 per hour just to give me a couple of massages or a couple of hypnotherapy sessions or whatever it is. Instead of that route, they then come to you, they basically get diagnosed around what are their problems, what keeps causing their problems. And then then the hypnotherapist or just normal therapist asks you, well, what are your goals? What do you want to work towards? Where do you want to be, let's say, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? And where normal transactional selling would have come in and said, okay, well, I can help you there. Let me provide you X service. Let me give you some relief. Let me give you 30 new bookings per month. Let me help you overcome your mental blocks, whatever it is. My rates are £100 an hour. Instead of that model, you come to them and you basically say, yeah, sure, I can help you that. Let's partner up. Let me actually be the person that helps you get and cross the finish line. And then you start working on, okay, what are the selective goals we can work towards of getting you from person A all the way to person B? And I am the perfect example of why you should make this transition. So again, pushing back the time 3 or 4 years ago, again, I was just a direct response agency owner where, again, I would help you bring clients. I had a fixed fee, I had a retainer, I had a standard price on what you wanted to pay me for my copywriting services. To now, I'm a business coach with a specialty in marketing and sales. And when clients come to me, specifically therapists, when therapists come to me, let's say they usually want a little bit of help with their marketing and sales, instead of just selling them, yes, I can help you. Here is my maintenance package. See how that kind of doesn't really track that well? Instead of going that route of saying, yes, here's my maintenance package. Yes, here are my fees. I go in and I look at your business and I see, okay, where do you want to be? Okay, you want to get to 10K a month? Well, here is the best path that I can see taking you from where you are now to 10K a month. Let's work together and get you and help you cross this milestone together. Where transactional selling would normally come in and say, yes, I can help you. Here's what I can add. Diagnostic selling comes in and says, fuck that. Here's where you are. Here's where I think you could be with a bit of help. Let me be that help. Let me be that partner, that person that you come to make sure you achieve your goal, whether it's fully healing from chronic pain, whether it's completely getting over all of your addictions, cravings, and finally becoming lean, healthy, and confident, whether it's whatever it is. You, instead of just becoming, you go from just being that typical therapist who has a ton of competition, all the way to being the person who is essentially like their partner, the person who specializes in getting them their result and is their go-to to continue to progress along there. So they keep the momentum with you. You're the only person they buy from to make sure that they hit that goal. Picture this. Let me give you an example of two hypnotherapists. One does the typical route where the onus is on the client to get the results. They keep coming back to you according to your hourly sessions. They get some results. They start feeling happy about themselves. They start feeling contempt, even though they still have a significant amount of weight to lose. But when they start making progress, they feel good about themselves and they kind of fall off the bandwagon. Let me give you the example of two hypnotherapists, both specialized in weight loss, just to demonstrate the difference between these two. Hypnotherapist number one comes to you, says, yes, I can help you get rid of the mental triggers that keep you going back to your cravings. My rates are $100 an hour. So the person keeps coming back to you and they keep attending the sessions, they make progress, they start overcoming these mental blocks that keep them addicted to foods. Eventually they make progress. They start weaning off of the junk food that they keep running to whenever they get into a serious diet. Then, because they start seeing all of this new progress, they leave you be and they start going and trying to do things on their own again. But the big problem comes in where most of these people are, is that just because they know how to actually, now that they know how to overcome these cravings and these addictions, doesn't mean that they still know how to get to the point where they want to go. And if we're talking about people who have a significant amount of weight to lose, cool, well, we also know that their life is in danger. So in the end, what's going to happen is they're going to get to a certain point, start feeling content, start feeling comfortable again, and potentially go back to old habits and start putting that weight on again. And also, again, shocker, they might go back to some of their old foods. But on the other hand, if we have hypnotherapist number two, who works with them essentially and say, let's just work through milestones to get you to that, let's say, 7% body fat that they said they wanted. Let's work through milestones together. Okay, milestone number one, let's work through this. We're going to first eliminate all of the mental triggers and blocks that keep you running back to your and craving your old foods that you've formed addictions to since you were a child. Milestone number two, okay, cool. Now that we've gotten rid of those, let's get you on a month of just clean eating where you start reducing everything from your diet. Cool. Milestone number three, let's go for a certain weight. Milestone number four, let's go for another certain weight. Milestone number five, and on and on and on, all the way until, with your help, they get to the point where they're healthy, they're confident, they're lean, they're fit in good clothes again. Something that never would have happened in the case of hypnotherapist number two, because the person only got support to the point where they thought they needed. But the reality is most people don't know what they need. And if people really didn't know exactly what they need, why is it that they're in the situations that they're in when they come to you to begin with? It's not just that they need a little bit of help with whatever therapy you provide. It's that they need a bit more support. So with this extra support that you could tailor to them, you can build a multiple six-figure therapy practice working with significantly fewer clients who stay with you for a lot longer, give you sincerely much better referrals, and ultimately you get more fulfillment by working with them because you're actually changing their lives in so much more of a different way than you ever could have with the old route of selling. Now, if you're with me so far and you want to know how you can get started, I have a piece of homework for you. For the next 5 prospects that come your way, be they referrals, they come from your website, whatever it is, I want you to shift just one little thing in terms of how you onboard them as a client. Instead of the typical route of just going straight into the therapy with maybe a little bit of onboarding, a little bit of discovery, make the entire first session all about a diagnosis. Figure out where they've been in their life, what got them to the point that they're at, what is the real problem, what is the real struggle, why is it that they have the issues with, let's say, the pain in their shoulder, why is it that they're 400 pounds overweight and eating 4,000 calories per day, why is it that they're addicted to smoking and to the point where they're actually at 2 packs a day. Figure that out and then say, okay, Well, that's fine. This is probably what's causing it. Where do you want to be, let's say, a year from now? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Where do you want to be 10 years from now? Well, here's the thing. I can help you get there. But let's get started small. Let's work on first milestone together. Try this out. Sell them on the milestone. Don't even mention your hourly rates. If you know, let's say, for instance, the first milestone you work together is going to be, let's say, 6 sessions. Sell them on the 6 sessions. Give them the full price and let them decide. I promise you now, if you don't even get at least one sell from this, at least one sell, you can come back, comment on this video, and tell me I'm an idiot. How does that sound? Anyways, guys, that's been it from me. If you want anything else, if you need any other questions, you know where to hit me up. If you're watching this on Facebook, well then, it'll be on my profile. So if you have any questions, just message me. If you want a bit more support, and let's say you have a bit more, you want some more questions to ask how you can do this, or again, maybe you want a game plan to help you get to multiple 6 figures without having actually really high overheads, feel free to take me up on a free consultation. I'll actually help you figure out that together. More specifically, we'll figure out who can you work with, what can you charge, how can you acquire clients to the point where you actually are at 6 figures, where you actually don't need to bring on that much staff and tremendous amounts of overheads to actually get to that level and maintain that. And otherwise, guys, have a great day. Peace.